my father told me not to, and I was really good at not listening to him most of the time growing up. But no, realistically, I was born and raised around it. It was all I knew. And after college, I decided that I was gonna try it out, and it's definitely not a job. It's a profession. It's a career. Once you start it, you're always going to be coined that, and I enjoy the heck out of it. Wouldn't think of doing anything else.
I started off as a paramedic in Kansas. I got to see a lot of sick people, hurt people. A lot of them were hurt by other individuals. So over the years, I just always wondered what it was like to be on the other side, like the law enforcement side, like stabbings and shootings and drunk driving accidents or domestic violence, any of those. I always wondered what it would take to get those people behind bars or whatever it was that was needed to get justice.
We're just people. We make mistakes. We have good days and we have bad days.
Everything that we do is to better the place that we live in, the place that we raise kids. Our actions may not be liked in some circumstances based upon what the media portrays, how the incident took place. But the people have to understand that we live here, this is our community. We want to see good things happen. We have to deal with bad things, and sometimes bad things happen when we have to take care of situations.
We're trained and taught, you have to be understanding, you have to do this, you have to do that. And what the patience and understanding that we have to give to the general public a lot of times is not reciprocated. I'd say just, we're people, treat us like people. Give us a chance.
In spite of whether or not they like me or not, I'm still there to do my duty and to do the job for them and to make a difference. They may not like me. That's not really part of the job requirement. My job is to be professional to them as I possibly can be.
Behind our vest, behind our badge, there's a human. We're all humans, and we have emotions, we have families, we have a life, and we're trying to do our best, serving our community.
Family, friends, and the support from your coworkers who also see the same stuff. Definitely have to have that support group in your life. Without it, I can't imagine going through it.
I got 4 kids. We're in wrestling right now. When wrestling's over at the end of the month, we transition right back into flag football. We got a camping season, just constantly staying busy. I mean, coaching for me is the biggest stress reliever. And I could be having the worst day in the world at work, which happens frequently. And I'll go to football practice and I'll look at these little 3rd and 4th graders look at me. Man, you forget all about work.
Tell me about a call that you'll never forget.
This was the one I was not looking forward to. The night we got the call over the radio that there was an officer shot in Broadwater County, we knew we all knew without really saying anything to each other that this, something was terribly wrong. I called our dispatch to get updates, and they're just like, what you have is what we got. We all put ourselves in a position that if this guy or guys, if they come through Butte, we'll be ready. I still remember Tim Berger saying that the vehicle was coming 100 miles an hour down Homestake. I caught up as fast as I could, and I remember doing 143 miles an hour down Rocker Hill in a not very well maintained Impala. And I'm trying to catch up to Tim because I was sickly worried about him. He was all by himself at that point, and we knew what those guys were capable of. And once we were behind them, it's amazing what goes through your mind when you're doing 100 miles an hour trying to get into a gunfight, just knowing that's where it's going. My wife, my kids, I didn't know you yet, but you know, that officer's who turned out to be Mason, his wife and kids, and everything kind of flashes through your mind. And at the same time, you're trying to keep a piece of metal in a straight line going 100 miles an hour and getting your gun ready, everything else. And everything that flashed through my mind that night, that was the first time I kind of thought, oh man, I'm glad it's me, but I hope this is the last time that I have to do anything like this. As we were following the Suburban, me and Tim were talking back and forth on the radio. We knew any second now, you know, they have 3 tires out. You know, in a perfect world, they're going to get out with their hands up, but that's not going to happen. They started firing on us at about 60, 70 miles an hour. And
Interstate 90. A bullet penetrated the hood and disabled the patrol car. The gunfire from the fleeing vehicle also disabled a patrol car of Berger's fellow officer, Rich O'Brien.
all I could do was prop my rifle up and start putting a couple rounds back at him. My car was shot out after I fired 2 rounds, or my tire went out and I just got sucked into the median. How I didn't die in a car accident that night is still beyond me. And after all that, we had to go to Missoula, get our blood drawn, all that stuff. And for me at the time, once I got to my house, it was over and done with. I was going to be a tough guy. This was not going to affect me. And my wife, Heidi, walked in and she looked at me and just terror on her face, but just happy I was alive. And my 6-year-old was right behind her, and he just like he did every day, he just ran up and jumped up and gave me a hug, and he squeezed me harder than he's ever squeezed me before, and he had no idea how bad I needed it. And that's when I broke down, and that's when I realized, holy cow, I'm lucky to be alive. That night, that morning, will forever change my life.
Our people in Montana support us. I think it's a great job. There's a lot of self-reward for what you do. I would highly recommend it.
We're just out there trying to better our communities, and we love the support that we do get, and hopefully the more people that see the positive, the bigger the support group grows.
At times can be a thankless job, but at the same time, it's very, very self-gratifying, self-rewarding.
Just thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to serve.
If I had it to do all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm happy where I'm at, but being a police officer was the best decision I ever made.